Hi, my dear children. Good morning to you all. Welcome back to science class. In the last session, already we are discussed about the important concepts about the shapes of the cells and how many cells and the size all we discussed. Now we are going to study the continued part of the cell structure and function. In this function today, now let's discuss cell structure and also its function. Dear students, as you know, in the nature variety of organisms are there. All the organisms are taking or carried out different functions, especially the organism having different organs. So each organs carried out some special functions like assimilation, digestion, respiration, excretion. So these are all different process take up by the organ. Then what is organ system or organ? Organ is a made up of the group of tissues. Okay, the organs are made up of a group of the tissues. And what is tissue? Tissue is a group of the cells. So finally the cell is the basic unit of an organism. So now let us discuss about the main parts of the cell or the important components of the cell. So as you know already, the cells can be identified or studied detail with the help of the compound microscope with higher magnification, my dear students, right? So the cells can be classified into three types of, or there are three parts of the cell or the three components of the cell. They are cell membrane, nucleus and one more is a cytoplasm. There are mainly three components of cell: cell membrane, cytoplasm and the nucleus. So here in the rough diagram I drawn here the cell. So mainly first this is outer covering layer. It's a thick layer. It is called as the what? Cell membrane. Then here inside the cell there is a liquid or the fluid like structure is present, that is called as cytoplasm. And at the center of the cell there is a spherical shaped structure is present, that is called as the nucleus. Now let's study one by one. Cell membrane. What is cell membrane? What is the main function of cell membrane and how it is? Okay, so first a thick layer. The cell is surrounded by a thick layer called as the cell membrane. It's completely made up of the membrane. Membrane means the sensitive skin, sensitive layer. So that is called as a cell membrane. Then this cell membrane is very thick as well as porous. Porous means so these cell membrane having some holes, minute or tiny holes are there in the body of cell membrane. So it gives the definite structure and shape to the cell. And the main work of the cell membrane is, or we have to say the main function of the cell membrane is it allows the entry of necessary substances to the cell and exit of unnecessary substances from the cell. This is the main function of the cell membrane. So for this reason the cell membrane is called as a semi-permeable membrane, or this is called as a plasma membrane, right, my students? And the second one is the cytoplasm. What is cytoplasm? What it main work and how it is composed? The cell cytoplasm is a fluid-like structure present in between cell membrane and the nucleus. It is completely a jelly-like structure or the fluid-like structure. And the cytoplasm is very important. Why? Because it contains many living structures called as organelles. The cytoplasm contains many cellular structure or many living structure. They are called as what? The organelles. What are organelles? The living structures present in the cytoplasm are called as organelles. Mitochondria, ribosome, centrosome, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies and plastids. So all are called as the organelles. Okay. So they are present in the cytoplasm. And finally, nucleus. The center part of an atom. The center part of a cell. The center part of a cell or the central part of a cell is called as a nucleus. The nucleus is also one of the organelle, but it is very important to a cell. Why? Because it control and coordinates all the activities of the cell. So this is about the main components of cell like cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Dear students, as you know already, this cell wall. This is cell wall. What is cell wall? As you know already, the cell membrane gives definite structure and shape to the cell. So, addition to cell membrane, there is a thick layer is present outside the cell membrane. That is called as the cell wall. It is also very important, especially in the plant cell. It gives a definite structure and shape to the plant cell, as well as it gives a protective layer of the cell. Especially cell wall is present in the plant cell. So this is some concept about the main parts of the cell or main components of cell like cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm.